The story today is called The Way for the Giants. And it goes like this. Once upon a time, in a land far away, definitely not in a place that you have heard of or know, or you've heard anyone talk of at least, they were giants. Giants that are really, really big. They all lived in a village up in the clouds where no man had ever accessed, or at least not until the day when one boy decided to set foot up into the cloud. There was a king who ruled of the giant kingdom. He was a very, very powerful king. His name was the Power Man. The Power Man had his people all go to a spot in the village where a huge evergreen tree stood. It was called the beanstalk. It was their favorite tree after all. They loved going there. And oh my, this is not an exaggeration when I say most of them prefer to eat there, sleep there, get married there, go and sell their stuff there, go to school there. I'm not joking. It was crazy out there. Absolute insanity. The boy's name was Ali, and he was the boy, that's right, the boy who had the courage to climb up the stairs to heaven, literally, to meet the giant. He was greeted by the giant prime minister whose name was Boris Giant. Boris Giant was a huge giant. And when he saw Ali, he said, "What are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to live down there with mankind? You should never ever enter this kingdom." Then Ali said, "Oh, I'm just here. My friend asked me to go up there." Your friend? Well, I hate to break it to you, but your friend doesn't even know what a giant means. We are very, very, very dangerous. You hear me? Power Man! Boris Giant screamed. "What do you want? Some kid is here to see you." "Who is it? My name is Ali." "Ali, eh? Well, you have to be very careful. You dare not enter my palace, but you can go and stay in the village for as long as you want. Yeah, you understand? You can go anywhere you like, but you just cannot enter the palace. Neither can you get citizen in this land. This is the giant only land, or anyone with giant blood. You can stay there for a few days, but without knowing it, you'll be back on your mother's backyard. You hear me?" It was okay, why can't I go to the palace? It was very hard for me to say this, but you hear me? I once had a beautiful son. He was a beautiful boy. He was called Power. Power was the most beautiful boy ever in the history of giants. He was literally the most magnificent boy ever. And do you know what? A kid at the at the old age of 17, called Jack. Jack managed to enter the kingdom, and then he had a gun. He had a huge rifle, and he shot my suitable power, and then that power never survived. And he got shot in the palace. Especially never enter the mud parlor. So then Ali proceeded. He was proceeding through there when he happened to notice a beanstalk. The beanstalk was huge. A huge beanstalk that took over most of the village. Behind that beanstalk was an old building, an old brick building that looked like it had been abandoned thousands before. Then, as he came across, he saw a man with a beard and a huge gun strapped on his back. Ali asked, "Hello, who are you?" "Hello, nice to meet you too. My name is Jack. I'm not no longer in prison." "You wicked, wicked man!" screamed Ali. Relax. They're all stupid, worthless, brainless giants. What can they do? So Jack felt the guts. He saw a sword. He realized that he couldn't control his anger anymore. And then, without him even noticing, his knife slashed the beanstalk as it fell onto Jack's face. "Ooh!" screamed the giant as the giant police eventually locked him up in the dungeon. Soon a witch came and rescued Ali from the dungeon. Ali thanked, and then as he came out, he saw Jack. Jack said, "Who are you? Who's this witch you brought with you?" Ali. And then Ali told Jack, "Oh, this is the witch who rescued me, right?" He said, "Oh, a bit of an old hag here, right?" And then Ali got so angry that he then punched Jack in the face. Plus the witch turned him into a smoke of dust. And then Ali was told to get into the cauldron by the witch. And then afterwards, and he went back to Earth, back to his mother, and Ali told his mother and his whole family about his time in the giant kingdom. The end.